Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz, June 17, 2018, 1:22 a.m., Birmingham. Topic, guys, think about this. America is back. We have been MIA for many years, since the Reagan era, and prior to that, MIA since Eisenhower. But we're back. We have, like it or not, for some of you, a president that's installed by God. How else do you think that board would turn red within 30 minutes? And how could you explain all the things that he has done now in 523 or 24 days? It would be impossible for anyone else, but not this man. When you go and hear the FIREMAN prophecies, everything that he has said so far, he's been right on target. Now, there's other people, Clements, Clements. He's been getting prophecies from God since 2007 about Trump. And there's another pastor that also in 2011 had prophecies about Trump, but none gave you the almost complete message that the FIREMAN got. Clements gave a lot of messages, and all of them so far have come to pass, including North Korea and Iran. So we have two people, and Kim Clements died just when he saw President being sworn in. Then he died just not long after that. But the FIREMAN is still here, and he's still giving out information on prophecy. And they're coming to pass just about as quick as he can tell them to us. Let me say this, and of you who are saved, who are Christians, and I'm going to tell you how I feel, and then you can compare it to perhaps your feelings. I'm a Christian. I've been saved since I was very young. I'm going to say before age 5, probably around age 4. But many times since then, I've been baptized, and I've come to Christ numerous times. And I, on the regular, like 5 times a week, I renew my faith. I don't want to be left behind. It's clear and simple. But with Trump in here now, I just feel like, well, God has come to town, and he's here to stay a while. I know God's always here. He's never left. He's always everywhere. But I feel that he is in town. Does that make sense? Do you feel that he's really closer than ever? I do. And knowing that all the attacks going against Trump, well, just like the FIREMAN said, it's like pouring water on the back of a duck. Does not penetrate. It just rolls right off of him. And he's not fazed with it. This man is a genius. God has given him, on top of what he already was, an amazing ability to navigate his way through a fallen world. This man is just absolutely. Who was the wisest back in the day? Solomon? I think Trump. He may not be that wise, but I think he's close in our day. Trump's very wise. He's a genius. And he's got God with him. He's doing things not only for the U.S., but look what he's doing for North Korea. And don't think that's going to fall through. It's not. It's going to proceed. That country is going to be way better off each week as time goes by. Iran. Look, the people in Iran, there's millions over there that's come to Christ in the underground churches. There's millions in China that's come to Christ in underground churches. They're overjoyed by what's going on in the United States. We're back, guys, and we're back with gusto. We're back with Trump. We're back with an unstoppable force. And I have prayed so many times, God, please speak for Trump. Well, when you think about that, he's been doing it all along. And you will see, it won't be long, you will see even the liberal left, most will come to realize that Trump is the best man for this nation. That'll happen. Just sit back and watch. Sit back and wait for it. It's coming. We are in a time and a place that none of us has ever been in. I've been in a time and a place where things were good, but never like this. And for all those who just lost hope, it's back. And it's back in force. We have God in our country right now, and there's a saying that's really not a saying, it's biblical, that every morning, everywhere at 3 a.m., wherever it's 3 a.m., God is passing nearby. He joys on riding on the backs of a cherub. And if you're up at 3 a.m., look up and pray, because God is right overhead. And that's everywhere. In California, it's 2 hours later than it is here in Birmingham. New York, it's an hour earlier than it is in Birmingham. But we have a president that has not popped his cork. We have a president that's as cool and calm as any I've ever seen, as any I've ever looked back and watched. There's none like him. He's God's choice to bring the United States back from the brink of its own annihilation. Guys, I'm telling you, we were sold out by the liberal left, by the Democrats. We were on the way out. And God said, not yet. I'm not done with you. And man, did he put a man in here to make that point, make it in living color. He's not done with the United States. We've got a lot going on. A lot's going to happen. And I've got a lot to say about that. I have been silent for a while. But I'm sitting here absorbing what's going on, and it's blowing my mind. You know, I did a blog not too long ago about the number 1111. If I didn't, well, I did. I was listening to Trey Smith on a blog he had, and they were talking about people seeing the number 1111. Well, I was thinking, well, it seems like I remember that. I remember seeing that number somewhere. Well, I went back in my time 3 hours prior, and I did a blog. And I started off as usual. Jody Wolf, Birmingham, Alabama. It's 11:11 p.m. Blew my mind. There it is, 11:11. Today, he has a blog out titled 11:11. This is Trey Smith. I said, I've got to know what that means. I grabbed my Bible and I said, but it'd probably be in Revelations rather than another location. I slipped my finger in where I thought it may be and opened the page. So help me. Revelation chapter 11, verse 11, right to the right of it. That wouldn't happen again in a million years to me. So I don't know what 11:11 is, but in Revelations, it talked about, I already forgot. But guys, there's a meaning to this 11:11. There's a meaning to these things that Donald Trump is doing in our nation and our country. And, this, after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them. These are the two witnesses that went into Israel to witness for 3.5 years, and they were killed midway through. But they laid in the streets dead, and then God raised them at 3.5 days. So I don't know what this has to do with 11:11, but that's a verse in Revelations. Obviously, there's a different meaning, different verses in other books. In any case, a lot of people are seeing the numbers 11:11. A lot of them are saying they are words of wisdom. A lot of them saying that they're doom and gloom. And but what I see today, everything we look at is turning to gold. Everything we do is on our side because we got a God-filled president that is doing the things that God wants him to do. And we don't need to ask our president after or pray, God, after he does this, would you let him do this for us? No, because when God has Trump to take care of Planned Parenthood and reverse Roe versus Wade, then we're going to be blessed on top of being blessed. So we don't need to ask for anything. It's all being done through our president today. All right, I'll end it here, but I just had to tell you what's on my mind. I feel like every time I turn around and look around, every time I even think about it, I feel like God's in town. And boy, is he. Jody Wolf, Expoz.